Okay? We are about to embark upon a presidential election. And I think some of the voters' brains is in la la land somewhere, because if anybody think that Donald Trump would be the best president ever, they are crazy as hell, bottom line. The man has filed bankruptcy numerous amount of times. He's been married abundance of times. He has no tact. He don't care what he says. He's going to create the biggest war ever if he was to get in office. And some people love him because he's so vocal. But it makes me wonder, what type of person are you that think that he exemplifies some skill set as to being a president? You got to know when to talk. You got to know how to talk. You have to know what to talk about, what to say, when to say, and how to say it. And he does not practice none of the above. Now, mind you, he is a businessman. But don't think he got to that point easily. He done did some things that was out of pocket while he pointed every Tom, Dick, and Harry at what he done. And what you all forget to realize, nobody is perfect. Everybody has skeletons in their closet. They do. But my problem with you all accepting him in such large numbers and think he's all that and he's not. When you reamed our present president and he has more tact, more calm, and you cried and bitched and moaned and said that, he is running the country down the tube. But I beg to differ, because every Republican president that has gotten into office sent the country down into the toilet. We end up with Twin Towers that crashed for some foolishness. And who was the president then? A Republican president. So every time we had major problems, it's always been the GOP. Now you got Miss Sarah Palin, who comes out the woodwork, like when you cut the lights on, the roaches scatter, she pops up, and every time there's an election, talking out the side of her neck. First she see Russia from her backyard. Now she blames President Obama for her son's situation. Really? And y'all allow her to continue to talk? She needs to stay in Alaska, wherever she's at. Stay there. Why is it that instead of, when you come forth to position yourself as a candidate, it's always mudslinging? You never really get down to the meat of situations, questions, comments, and concerns. You spend your time trying to find negative or takeaways from what has been a positive. Now, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. And nothing's ever going to work out the way we think it is. And everybody is on different levels. So we all know that, right? Everybody come from different nationalities, different ethnic backgrounds, whatever it may be, different cultures, different financial status. We get that. But common problems go across the board. You understand what I'm saying? We have financial issues. We have immigration issues. And instead of you talking about what needs to be talked about, you spend all your time pointing your finger. That's not a good candidate of pointing your finger. Hell, I can point fingers. Anybody can point a finger. We spend all our time, well, you all spend your time dogging the next candidate out. When in actuality, you don't look no better than the next candidate. Because if we would really run all y'all records, none of y'all would qualify. Hell, and by your actions, hell, we can have a 5-year-old run the government the way y'all act, because y'all act like a bunch of kids in the playground. Even children have more sense than you adults, because they know when to fight and when to walk away. And then if they do fight, the kids know in a couple of hours it's over. Now we go back and do what we got to do. It's done. But you adults, you hold on to grudges. You got your shit scooper and you slinging it. And you do not come with no real solutions. Now you're going to spend your time trying to take apart the Affordable Care Act, and you're still trying to take that apart. But it's the same thing that all you senators, all you governors has been getting for years. So why should not the American people who struggle, who's unemployed, who needs medical assistance, why they can't get it? You all help everybody else outside the United States, but you want to take away from the residents who live here. That's butt ass backwards to me. I'm not understanding that. So somebody please help me understand. And then again, I still say, if you think Donald Trump is a good candidate for president, lies, lies, lies. Hell, he can't get that swoop right on his head. And tell him to get a suntan around his eyeballs. You know, we in America. What we going back to? Because his conversation does not help us. And if somebody gonna come on and bomb his house first before you bomb it, because he the one doing all the stupid talking and being nasty, inconsiderate, and rude. Bomb his house. That's what I say. Bomb his house first. Don't bomb him. Get him, the one that's talking.